Hi guys, it's Lara. Thank you so much for watching and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to chat with you about my experience with the 1 month beginner yoga challenge I did in summer. I've been doing yoga ever since. I really fell in love with the practice, so if you want to know more about that, then please keep watching. So first, let's talk about why did I decide to take the 1 month beginner yoga challenge. So I've been doing sports for almost my entire life. And I took some yoga classes in the past, but I felt like I was missing a good foundation. So I have decided to learn everything from scratch. I wanted to understand the poses, what they mean, how they are supposed to be done. And then I discovered Kino Yoga on YouTube, and I really like the way she talks, how she teaches. So I went through her playlists and through her videos, and then I discovered the 1 month beginner yoga challenge. And I thought, like, that's actually the perfect thing for me because I don't have to leave the house. I can practice at home in my own pace, and that was basically the reason behind it. So I will link Kino's Yoga down below in the description box. I will also link down below the 1 month beginner yoga challenge playlist, and there is another playlist. I think there are like 68 videos if I'm not mistaken in it, and that's a really great collection of videos for beginners where you can choose between several practices, and that's what I'm basically doing almost every day. But back to the challenge. So I started doing the challenge on the 27th of July. The only thing was I could not practice every single day because it was at the time when we went to Minnesota for 2.5 weeks. So there were a few days on which I couldn't practice, like when I was on the plane or when we had some appointments or when we were visiting Jack's family. We took the whole day for them, so obviously I was not doing yoga on that day. But other than that, I was pretty consistent. When we came back from Minnesota, I had a really bad relapse when it comes to my depression. So I wasn't practicing for a week, but after that, I still finished the yoga challenge and I noticed many differences in my body. First of all, I'm definitely stronger. So when I did my first chaturanga push-up, I thought I'm gonna die. I almost fell on my face, and now I can do a few chaturanga push-ups and it is no problem whatsoever. I can also hold a plank longer, and there are a few other poses where I can really notice the difference between the beginning and between now. The next thing I have noticed is that I feel overall fitter. I feel like I can do things longer, and it's like being strong, not in the sense of having the power to lift things, but being strong as a person where you know you can do a long walk, you could run and do sports for a little bit longer than before, if that makes any sense. The next thing is I feel healthier. That doesn't mean that I can't get sick. I was sick a week ago or something like that. I caught a kind of a stomach flu, but I can tell that I recover faster and overall I feel healthier. This is just hard to explain. It's just a feeling that is inside of my body. And one benefit that I absolutely love is what it does with my mind because it helps me to calm down whenever something happens that would normally upset me a lot. I am equanimous almost. That doesn't, of course, mean that I can't get upset. Of course, sometimes things happen and I'm just super pissed off or really upset about something, but I can tell I can deal with all the things way easier than before I started doing this challenge. And it's just simply a wonderful thing for me, and I can't imagine by now not doing yoga on a regular basis. The way the 1 month beginner yoga challenge work is you have, I think it's in total 31 classes. The very first class is doing down dog, but you're not doing just down dog, you also learn how to breathe and connect it with a few other things. And the difficulty level increases with time. I have to say the last week was really tough for me for the first time because I could tell, like, damn, she kicked my ass today. But it gets easier, and you can always return to the classes because it doesn't mean that you have to take all these classes in a row. You can always return to some of the classes later when you feel like something was really challenging, and you will notice that with each practice it gets easier, and that was something that really motivated me. One thing that also always motivated me was that Kino always reminds you that the perfect body for the practice is the one you have, and that is a sentence I always keep replaying in my mind because I think this is the most wonderful thing to say. we very often obsess with our bodies, and we are often way too worried about, can I do this? My body is not ready yet. And very often you just have to do the first step. And if you never make the first step, it never gets better. So that was something I really liked about this. After finishing the 1 month beginner yoga challenge, I felt very confident in both my body and mind, and I felt so good that I decided to go on with the practice. So I've been doing yoga ever since on regular basis. I would not necessarily say every day because I mostly take at least one rest day a week, sometimes even two. It depends on how I feel and how difficult my practice was, also how my left shoulder is doing, because I think I told you in one of my last videos that I had an injury and my left shoulder sometimes really bothers me, so I have to be very careful there. But it is getting better, and yoga definitely helps there too. And sometimes I do pole dance instead of yoga. I have a pole at home. I also have a ballet bar, so I would not say that I'm a daily yogi because there are also other things I enjoy. And on some days I like combining all of these things together, so I create my own training. But there are days when I really like having a guide. So on these days I mostly go to Kino's channel. I click on the playlist beginner yoga and select any of the classes that I like. I will link this list also down below. I think I told you at the beginning there are like 68 videos, and I just pick any class I feel like doing, and that's very convenient for me because then I don't have to think, I don't have to count my breath. However, I can't imagine not doing yoga anymore because this is something that really increased the quality of my life overall. I posted the photos of the poses for every single day on Instagram. It's my Instagram, Lara Wolf Moon. It is linked down below together with my other Instagram account, so you can scroll down a little bit back because it was July and August, and then you see what I was doing. And that's all I have to say so far. So if you have any more questions about this, just write them in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumb up. You can also subscribe to my channel if you didn't yet. I listed down below also my DIY channel if you're interested in creative stuff, and 2 discount codes that I have for you guys, and there are also a few affiliate links. And that's it for today. So thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I'm looking forward to seeing you with my next video. Bye!